Understand something. Plain and simple. To me, Abigail was a delicious poison. An intoxicating, overwhelming poison. Yowie wowie! That felt good!
Hello and good evening, everyone. Have you got us all in tonight? Because on 11:05, Abby's window can only mean one thing. And wow, everybody's all smiles. Jody's laughing. Look at what we have got here. We've got a lot of you here as well. And I can't talk with this on anymore, so this is going to come off now. There we go. Wow. What a segment we got on Raw. And what we just saw, we'll have to chat about that as well because we got a little interruption in that gauntlet match also. So let's go, Jody. Right off the bat, go right to you. I saw your comments on Twitter. I saw the back and forth. So, wow.
Wow. That was insane. I mean, obviously, you know, as soon as that image of, you know, Ban All Hope Ye Who Exit Here came up on the screen, I was like, oh my gosh, we're back in the Funhouse. You know, just to see the Funhouse again, because we haven't seen it in so long. And then I was like, are we getting Bray? Nope. We're getting Alexa, and she's sitting in the middle of a pentagram. And it's, you know, did her ashes to ashes, dust to dust thing, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know a lot about that area of religion, but I'm pretty sure she just invoked the Fiend.
Yes. So ashes inside of a pentagram with blood dripping candles is never, ever a good thing if you don't like demons coming back.
Yeah.
Jeff, we've seen a lot of that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be really dark and really awesome. And I for one, as soon as it started happening, I think I sent everybody a text that said it's happening.
Uh-huh.
And then that was followed by wow. That was it. That's all I can add to it, because I don't want to say it pretty much confirms that he's coming back Sunday, but I feel pretty confident in saying that I think we're going to get an appearance from the Fiend.
We're gonna see some shenanigans on Sunday.
Yeah, I truly believe it.
And look, we lit candles in a pentagram and invoked Tazzy. Dude, what did we just witness?
First of all, I was literally, I ain't gonna lie, I had something in my can, and I also had a chip in my mouth, and I saw it, and I almost choked on the chip.
Did you inhale it?
I almost choked on the chip, and it was like it was about to be all bad. I'm like, Bray, you know, you're lucky I love you, because I'll be really, really mad at you right now. But, oh my God, that scene reminds me of a movie. It's like one of those movies. Just like,
The Craft?
Look at that, yes. And I was like, oh my God. Now we can either get a few things here. We can get a month or two of teases and have him appear at WrestleMania, or they'll probably say, screw it, let's go, let's make it happen. We're going to 2 month bill, you being around and just being up air rating order for 2 months and start on Sunday. I'm just dude. I ain't gonna lie, I'm speechless right now. It's been two straight days I've been speechless, and I did the exact same thing today.
That's a pretty cool thing when in wrestling can invoke that, Tazzy, isn't it?
Yes. Drives me crazy, but I love being drive me crazy. You know, it's just I love it. I love it. I love the picture too. This is awesome.
I was prepping my green screen, and Jody, we saw a bunch of TV monitors go on, a whole bunch of Alexa faces in every seat of the house of the Thunderdome, and Mr. Orton got
counted out,
spooked and counted out. I was doing other stuff and I almost missed it. And I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a little bit more here, because we knew Randy was coming out. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what are you thinking here? Are you going with that he's back on Sunday?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think there was too much in this particular episode to suggest otherwise. With her saying, I legit was waiting at some point for her to go all poltergeist and say, he's here. I would have just loved that. But, what she did say that, he was burned by fire and in the future he'll be reborn. I would be surprised if he did not at least do something, not necessarily return, so to speak, but give us something a little bit more juicy to sink our teeth into on Sunday.
I heard you guys chatting earlier on Abby's, and I mean, you were talking about like maybe he comes back, but you don't get a full-on shot. Maybe he comes back and Randy maybe just disappears, but you don't get a full-on shot of him because they want to maybe save what he's going to look like for WrestleMania. I mean, do you think that may be what happens?
But it's possible. I definitely think we're going to get something more. something. Yeah. Chris is researching pentagrams at the moment. Because he said it wasn't upside down, and I said, well, if you're facing it from the door, it's upside down.
Yeah, the way they showed it.
But the way they showed it, it wasn't upside down. So he's off doing some research about that.
I was Googling ashes inside of pentagrams as well, but I couldn't really come up with anything in particular. I mean, they're showing pentagram medallions and stuff like that, and they say that there's ashes inside of the pentagram medallion and all that stuff. So it's without a doubt definitely something that's trying to bring him back. I mean, there's no question about that. And what about Alexa's eyes, and what was with at the very end, she had the little, and almost looked like that gooey stuff was going to come out of her mouth again at the end, because you had a little bit of an extension kind of down underneath her lip, like a red mark there. And then too, if you caught it, 2 black lines coming down like Alexa's face as well. And so I don't know. I mean, is she still changing as well? I mean, what do you think about we saw the contacts again too?
I definitely think she's still changing. What did you find out about pentagrams?
So just the basis of what it is kind of interesting. It's a symbol of the 5 elements: spirit, air, earth, water, and fire, 1 for each point. And the circle, the universe, contains and connects them all.
All right.
Circle talk with things, so that's kind of interesting. As far as the up versus down, an inverted pentagram is most commonly associated with Satanism, but the point up pentagram, like what was shown, represents the spirit ascending above matter.
Interesting.
Matt Hendricks says it's an old pagan symbol for protection. The 5-pointed star is a symbol for man, and the circle around it is for protection. Wow. Like Jeff said, I mean, dark, satanic, without a doubt. That is what that
Definitely
symbol
dark.
is. And I mean, just no way did I see this coming. I thought Alexa might be back, and in fact, I was the one who predicted that he wouldn't be back until Mania. Now, though, I'm starting to wonder, because now are they going to take the time between Elimination Chamber and Mania? So that would be obviously Fastlane to progress the story. And, you know, like maybe Tazzy said too, maybe they take this really, really slowly. And, you know, who knows, man? But that was insane. And I mean, as evidence to the fact that we have 43 people right now in the chat, others were driven insane as well by this. So, oh man, Jeff, do you agree with Jody? Do you think that it's going to happen now Sunday? Is Sunday going to be the big day that they're going to pull the plug?
I mean, we do this a lot on Abby's. I always like to defer to Jody because she's out in, and so yeah, I think he's back on Sunday. I mean, you know, what's really crazy about this is that, you know, Jody sent me that text before Abby started, and she was saying how someone saw an ad and it had Alexa on there and a glimpse of the Fiend, and I'm like, okay, maybe this could happen tonight. And you know, we're sitting there waiting, and as soon as Randy started talking, I just got that feeling. I was like, okay, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen here. And sure enough, it did. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is crazy, like this is insane. And immediately I thought, like, if Jody is still, if she hasn't passed out, I gotta reach out to her and say, all right, what did you think of that? And that, I don't know, it was crazy. It was amazing. And yeah.
Well, if anything, they just got the Elimination Chamber as a big watch and a must-watch now for everyone. You know, if they weren't going to watch before because of the Elimination Chamber matches, They certainly are now, Jody. No doubt. I mean, the fans that have been waiting for this, waiting for Bray to return. What is he going to look like? What kind of music is he going to come down to? What is his entrance going to be like? All these questions now could be answered this coming Sunday.
I don't think we'll get all the answers because Bray does like to keep us on our toes. But I think we'll get some of them. I think we might get a glimpse of what he looks like, or at least part of what he looks like. I don't think we're going to get a full entrance. I don't think if he changes his music or anything like that, I don't think we're going to see that because I think it may just be an appearance or a flash or, he pops up somewhere and distracts Randy during the Elimination Chamber and then disappears. I don't necessarily think he attacks anybody. I think we just get some kind of tease. And I like that they're taking this slow because, and if they started going fast now, it would feel really strange because they've been taking it so slow and methodical and really, really done really, really well that I think if they started to do it faster now, it would feel rushed. So I hope they continue to do this really, really slow, but we really have missed Bray and can't wait to see him back on TV.
Yeah, I would agree. You can tell that the show misses them as well. I mean, when neither one of them are on there, like Alexa wasn't on last week, and Bray isn't on as well, it just, the show isn't the same. You just don't have the same kind of atmosphere on Raw that you're used to seeing. So, yeah, absolutely. Tazzy, I mean, Elimination Chamber, dude. Must watch again for the weekend.
What a couple weeks.
We're going to have a fun weekend, though.
What a couple weeks. The crazy part about all this is how everything's lining up now. Now, we have the Elimination Chamber, right? We have the Elimination Chamber. We more likely either get teased or we get an appearance. Either way, it's a good thing, right? Because we're getting close to WrestleMania. We got about, 54, 55 days? Yeah. But if this is a tease, cool. If they decide they want to hey, let's add a little craziness to Fastlane, which is the first pay-per-view for the Peacock Network, then yeah, let's do that too. So we can either do this at Fastlane, and actually yesterday got me wondering about Karrion Kross now. Because now since we got that other stuff going on around, now do we do a mixed tag for WrestleMania? Because now it's like
I would pass out. I would legit pass out.
Could we get Karrion Kross and Scarlett versus Alexa Bliss and The Fiend at WrestleMania? Why not?
Put that in the universe. Go ahead.
I'm adding it there. I'm just saying. I mean, it's more likely already going to have. It's going to have all the brands together for WrestleMania anyway. So might as well just do some crazy stuff. Which means NXT fans, you might get The Fiend on NXT also. Just throw it out there.
Wait, what?
Wow.
If they want to build up that mixed tag team match, he's going to have to appear on NXT. Yeah.
Helps all brands. Just throw it out there.
Let's go back, Jody, and look at this almost shot for shot. Was there anything that we missed? I mean, kind of maybe just go through everything with us from the beginning in case, I'm sure mostly everybody in the chat did see it. But in case you missed it, Jody, go back through it. And is there any little details? Because there's always some kind of little details. He always has little details in there. I mean, with the ashes in her hands, the candles was, go back kind of through it a little bit for everybody. And is there anything that we may not have seen that he might have just kind of stuck in there? I know the scenes with him on fire kind of came and went really quickly. But was there anything else that you picked up on personally, and while we were going back through?
I think the only thing that I noticed that stood out is the hand that she used to spread the ashes were her play glove.
Okay.
Not her pain glove.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously she's used that song before when she was on the swing. She was singing Ring Around the Rosie, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. And now she's got ashes inside this pentagram, and she's I think she was calling him up from wherever he was. And how many times, Jeff, have I told you I'm kind of starting to think that Bray might be Lucifer?
Yeah, I mean, you might have called that like a month or so ago, if not longer. So, Jody Strike. So, we need to appreciate that because, you said it.
Or at least some higher level demon that knows the Bible. I mean, just because of all the references and parallels that have been there. And I just think I've been thinking that for a while, that maybe he's trying to portray actual Lucifer. But I know there are other demons that can change form like that, different personalities that he has. But I mean, if you start to read up about Lucifer and who he was and how he was, there's a lot of similarities there. So
Ray might have to get Rob Zombie to sing some music for his entrance.
That'd be awesome.
Rob kind of gets into this kind of stuff, so he may have to sing him in. Oh man, this is so. What a moment on Raw. We've been so excited, guys. We can't even possibly go back and say hello to everybody. But hello. We just went past all that. I mean, almost 50 people in chat at 11:26 at night is pretty amazing, considering we're getting a lot of people that are overseas as well. So thank you for joining us. I'll just say that. And welcome to everyone. And it's really cool to see that so many people are excited. You hear this stuff. You heard things earlier, of course, from Jeff and Jody about this. And Jody, boy, that person from your group, obviously whatever ad they saw came true. So whatever it was that they saw, that they said they saw, I mean, whether it was, sometimes you get like local cable channels that spoil things. They'll put out like something like they would do for a house show almost, where they'll stick something up there and they spoil something inadvertently. But whoever that was in your group saw that, obviously was correct.
Yep. I was just waiting for I'm still waiting for the he's here. Because I just think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan T. Thank you, Dan T.
Oh, look at that. Hello, Dan T. Yes, thank you very much for that kind donation. Really appreciate that, Dan. Thank you very much. And hello to you. Welcome to you.
I'm still getting Freddy Krueger vibes. I've been getting Freddy Krueger vibes for a really long time, like that burned look, and I think he might use that to his advantage.
So, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this year may be the year of the burned serial killer, because Jeff, if you've seen the trailer for the new Halloween, Michael Myers, when he ended up the last movie, was burned in a basement. And apparently one half of his mask will be burned to his face when they do show him. So is that what we're going to see, Jody? Is that what you're thinking? Are you thinking we're going to see the Fiend mask, but maybe charred on one side, or like something along those lines? Is that what you're thinking?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah, maybe like burned kind of on one side and then spots on the other, and then his clothing, there might be holes in it from the flames and stuff like that. But I'm definitely getting a Freddy Krueger vibe.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Rusty, we're not going to insult it by calling it a Deadpool vibe. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that
again.
My goodness. No, we're not going to do that. But that would be really cool. I mean, if they did that, melted the mask almost, or made it like really black and scarred on the one side, that made it look like charred flesh, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Oh man. So obviously, and you guys I'm sure have spoken about this, obviously he and Alexa, and what Alexa's doing is Alexa is just costing Randy everything he wants. Everything he wants is that title. Everything that drives him is that title. They are doing everything they can to cost him what he wants the most. And you always say life is a circle with Bray. Is that going back because he cost Bray what he wanted the most, what he meant the most to him?
Oh, I definitely think it's going that way. I could be totally wrong because Bray's proved me wrong hundreds of times before, but to make that circle complete, Randy's got to be holding that title at WrestleMania and Bray takes it from him.
A couple people have said that in the chat, that Randy might end up with that belt, and then you might see him get that belt back off of Randy at Mania. So, yeah, man, and in whatever type of match that's going to be, they'd have a lot.
There's still rumors floating around about a Firefly Funhouse type match. Well,
listen, I mean, they'd have a lot to really come up against because they're going against what he had last year with the Funhouse match. Plus, if that's going to be maybe the only cinematic match we get this year, because you had the Boneyard match because of Taker and stuff last year, but if that's going to be the only cinematic match they have, man, that match could steal the whole show.
Yep.
Yeah, and let him in ask a very good question. Would it be correct to say we are all members of Bray Wyatt's cult?
I think we're all members of Wyndham's cult.
The cult of Wyndham.
The cult of Wyndham.
The cult of Wyndham, yes. We haven't heard that term in a little while.
We have not.
Haven't heard that term in a little while. But yeah, I think that's a safe bet. Magic Banana saying a hell match. Here's an interesting thing, and Jody, you can answer this one too, and Tazzy, the other guys also. Did you notice that she said, "And from fire he shall return"? Now the rumor was, and again, we hear all these goofy rumors everywhere, but there was a rumor that there's going to be some sort of fire at some point before he comes back. There's going to be some sort of fire that someone had said somewhere, and I don't remember where I read this, because you read all this stuff and half of it is not even close to being true. But someone had said somewhere that they're going to burn a ring. There's going to be an occasion where they're going to burn an entire ring. Now, maybe that's how he comes back. I mean, is that going to happen? Would they do something like that at the Chamber where the ring is on fire and maybe that's how he comes back? But I don't think that was a miss. I don't think they did that just to do it. I think that was done on purpose when she said, "And through fire he shall return."
Yeah. I've kind of said that before too, that, I'd love for him to come back on fire. Maybe not particularly on fire because my nurse brain would go haywire again, but I would love to see him come up from a ring of fire in the ring, from under the ring, because they've always portrayed in the ring, under the ring, as being hell because he's pulled people down into it. And so I would love for him to come up from where he was burned, from under the ring on fire.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. However they could stage that. Jeff, you could probably elaborate more on that. Do you think they could pull something like that off, with a ring, and somehow just have him rise up out of the center and kind of just be surrounded by flames in there? I mean, they can do a whole bunch of different stuff because of the cameras, obviously, and the fact that they're not recording it live. But I mean, you being experienced with that, would they have, could there be any sort of apparatus that they could kind of rise him up in a ring basically made out of fire?
The one thing I would say is what they could do, not necessarily with the ring that they have set up for the matches that are going on, but if we got some type of camera magic where they went to a different location, they could absolutely have something because, I mean, for people that don't know, I mean, you just have basically like plywood, just a board and that's what's underneath the canvas. So they could absolutely cut a hole in the middle of the board and build some type of apparatus where they just have them rise up. I mean, they do it all the time with entrances, so they could have the same thing. Yeah, so he could rise up out of that, and it could be a ring that they set up in a different location, and just have that happen. I mean, absolutely, they could do that because, yeah, I mean, there's a ton of ways they could do it, and I'm all for it. And someone, I forget who it was that just said it, Bertrice, I believe. Honestly, the whole thing could end, and he could just return in the chamber and just set the whole dang chamber on fire.
On fire.
Like, how cool would that be?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I mean, obviously, you'd get a no contest at that point for the match as well, so Drew wouldn't lose his title. You'd retain at that point whoever happened to be left in there. But oh man, that would be amazing. Jody, I think C's got a message there for you. I don't know if you saw it. Right now, mute yourself and watch anything. We'll capitalize on WWE Network and look at the advert you get played before it starts. Jody's watching it.
Jody's mind is blown.
Wow.
What was it?
What was it, Jody?
So it was like a 5-second promo for Elimination Chamber, but there's like circus music behind it.
Oh boy.
What in the okay, now I have to go and watch it.
Will we get in trouble if I play it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'd get dinged.
We get a big old strike on the video.
It's like circus music. Anything that you start to play, as long as it's not like live right now, you get like a 10-second commercial before, and it's like Funhouse music.
I'm muting.
Well, that's what it is.
Jeff's going on mute. Everybody's going to go on mute, and it's so. Oh my goodness, Tazzy. It's C Wrestling said it's Pop Goes the Weasel. What's going up? Oh boy.
Mine is blowing up right now. I'm sorry. My mind is blowing up.
Well, I think if there was any doubt that he's going to be back for Elimination Chamber, I think that's been done away with.
Here's the crazy part about this. Here's the crazy thing. We're in the Elimination Chamber.
Jeff's like, oh my, he's exactly like me. He's like, oh, what?
All right, I'm going on mute now.
Wow.
Oh, I don't have the network on my phone.
Oh my gosh.
So it's on WWE Network, right? On anything?
Yeah, just click on anything.
Anything.
That's not live.
Boy.
Like I clicked on WWE the day of.
All right, now I'm going on mute.
Oh my God. Where do we go? Should I watch that first before I say anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jody. Holy crap! I don't even know what to ask you now. What do you think that means?
Oh, I think that pretty much confirms we're gonna get some shenanigans on Sunday.
I believe so.
At the very least, it's a tease of him coming back, or an image of him, or something.
Wow. Thank you, C Wrestling.
Yes.
Hardcore.
Thank you, C Wrestling.
Wow.
Wow.
like that made me thirsty for some reason. I'm at a loss for words right now. Like, yeah, I don't even know. Holy shnikes.
That doesn't make any sense other than
him.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
Why would you have circus music to come into the elimination chamber unless it meant something?
Yeah.
Like it has to. It's got to be, right?
It has to be.
It has to be. It has to be that.
Sonny, it doesn't matter which video you clicked on. I clicked on Rumble. I clicked on WWE the day of. Any of them that you pick on.
It's just a little commercial that plays anytime you pick something.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wow.
That is insane.
Your turn.
Joe's coming back now, so
I can't find. What did you guys hit? What did you? I'm on the network. I'm on the main page, and I see the thing with Bianca Belair. What did you start to play to get it to do it?
I
clicked on WWE the day of the Bianca Belair thing. It was just
I just did too.
Start over.
I just did that too, and yeah, start at the beginning. I put. All right, let me try it again. Give me a second. I'm gonna try it again. Just see. Maybe I didn't start it from the beginning. Hold on.
Holy moly.
Wow.
C says if you can't see it, he has the video on his video in a bit. Was sent earlier today. So
okay.
Wow. Like
We've got the lights.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
It's all I can all I can say right now.
Wow.
Like this is what happens when you see stuff like this in real time, and
hopefully we're all sitting here like this on Sunday and going,
no, like
wow.
Wait, what?
What?
Say what? Say what?
I got it.
You got it?
Got it?
Oh, that was demented.
Wow.
Yes.
That was demented. Wow.
And that
was
doesn't
awesome.
fit anybody else but him.
No, who else are they gonna play like a demented Pop Goes the Weasel song for? Yeah, wow, dude, that was awesome. C said that advert only went live as Raw finished. They know.
Wow.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, that was awesome. Pop Goes the Weasel advert for the Chamber plays. Yes. Yeah, wow, dude, that was amazing.
Huh.
That was Tazzy's listening now. Tazzy's mind's gonna explode now. Oh, this is awesome.
Dude.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Sunday's gonna be so much fun.
Sapphire, it's on the WWE Network. You basically just have to play a video that's on there. I don't think it matters. They do show a couple other different little ads, but if you don't get it, just go to another video and just make sure you start it from the beginning. You have to start it from the beginning. Don't hit go live or anything like that. Wow. You know what's so cool about this, Jody, is that, I mean, you and Jeff have been preaching patience, right? And now that's, we've got all these people in the chat that are super, super excited now, including obviously all of us. So, I mean, what you were saying is patience pays off. I mean, obviously, look, it's paying off.
Mm-hmm. Patience is a virtue.
Man, Delani Otero said we're all going to die. Magic Banana says I'm freaking out. I'm freaking scared. Could you imagine if you were in a dark room and you heard that Pop Goes the Weasel demented theme playing?
Oh my god!
Oh, Sunday's gonna be so much fun.
he's gonna totally pop out like a Jack in the Box. I mean, it's just gonna.
Oh, that's a great
They've
thought.
been very, very selective on their music.
Oh, that's a
With
great
the kids'
thought.
nursery rhymes, and she did hopscotch during her match a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They've been harping on the kids stuff a lot lately.
Yeah. I mean, think about it though. It's like this story has been wound so
And
tightly.
they picked that music for a reason, so maybe he does just go pop.
You know,
Could you imagine if they play that and Alexa shows up and all of a sudden you hear that do do do, and then Randy's looking for her and then boom, he comes up into the ring like that when it ends. Oh.
What if she pops up? What if she comes out first and she does that? He's here, and then Pop Goes the Weasel, and he just pops up out of nowhere.
Oh man, this is getting insane. Well, not to blow our own horn, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Obviously, you guys want to see Jody's reaction. You guys want to see Jeff's reaction, Tazzy's reaction, my reaction. Make sure that you join us this coming Sunday for the watch along, because obviously now, and someone pointed it out in chat too, and I would agree, is we are going to get that match as the main event. I have no doubt. There's not going to be anything else to set up before that. The Roman one won't be, because you've got all those guys competing, and then they're going to wrestle Roman. That's not going to be the main event now. This match will be the main event of the night. And, some people probably would have debated that. Well, is Roman going to be the main event? I don't think so. Because if this is how this ends, and he does what we just said and pops out to whatever and either grabs Randy and then it fades to black, they're going to do that at the end of the show. Tazzy, I mean, that's the way I'm seeing it. Is that what you're thinking too?
Yeah, I'm still not getting it.
yeah, okay.
I'm still not getting it. I'm trying to get it, but it's not working.
Are you going to just like a random video?
Yeah, I'm like going to the Bianca Belair and start over. It's not working.
I had to do it a couple times before I got it. I went through and a couple different ads would play, but then as soon as you see it'll be a black screen and you'll see Elimination Chamber come on, because they play a rotation of it looks like 3 or 4 ads.
Wow.
So you might just have to go back and just do it again, but keep doing it for the same video. That's what seemed to help to work for me. I tried a couple videos and it kept playing that other one, but then I went back to the same video a couple times, and that's how I found it.
Okay.
But it is a very demented Pop Goes the Weasel, like very demented.
So my researcher just found out something else. The last candle to go out, there was one that stayed lit just a tiny little bit longer than all the other ones, was the candle in the bottom right corner, which signifies fire.
Oh, that's cool.
So fire,
wow.
Candle to go out, and then she started getting all excited.
Yeah, that's how it ends. Of course, she was sitting there laughing and and giggling and stuff like that, and yes, looking like an excited little girl, with the movements that she was doing and things like that, and so now maybe she knows that he is already back. We haven't seen him. But maybe she knows that he is already back. I love those contacts that she wears, by the way. It's too bad she can't wrestle.
Yeah, that one definitely goes out last.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Though, when you watch it again, it's definitely the last one to go out.
That's
picture. You can kind of see it. That one's still lit a tiny bit. All the other ones are out.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, all the way on the bottom, you can see the little bright light in the middle.
Well, that is the corner for fire.
Wow, that's awesome. The small details, man. That's really cool. That's really cool.
My clever husband for finding that one.
Wow, that's awesome. Jesse Callan said, I love the echoed laugh for her. That was awesome. Yeah, the echo at the end, that was really like demented too, because you heard her giggling, but then it was almost like you heard other voices in the back kind of doing the same thing, the way that they played the soundtrack over her. But man, this is phenomenal. Going back to the last time we saw her with the black ooze Now, now does that even signify even more? So is that ooze? Is that black ooze? Did that signify Bray's? Hey, he's coming. He's coming.
I definitely think so. Like we were talking earlier, you know, the ectoplasm is definitely a symbol in horror movies of demonic possession, and maybe she needed to fully let him in before he could come back, or there was something that she needed to do to be able to bring him back. And I think that's why we saw the ectoplasm. It was a deeper progression into this possession theory, and, you know, with her kind of the Fiend being part of her now as well. So yeah, I could definitely see it playing into that.
Man,
He's an exorcist. Don't be surprised if she starts walking backwards.
No.
She can do the spider walk just like Bray does.
They can't ruin it for me. No. Look at the grin on her face sitting in that pentagram. Man. Oh my goodness. I don't think the Ghostbusters would be good enough, Magic Banana. I don't think so. C says, I'm telling you now, if Fiend returns, it could be the first time I do a Days Scream. Well, you'd have to call it a C Scream, and that's okay, because if you will click over to our channel at some point, you'll probably hear all four of us doing some sort of chorus. So you may just kind of get like a choral scream, or maybe a primal scream, because you'll just hear everybody doing it at the same time. So yeah,
I'm gonna apologize in advance for anybody's eardrums that I rupture.
Yes. Oh, dude, man, it's wow.
We need an old priest and a young priest.
We need. How about a Judas priest too, Dan T? How about a Judas priest as well? She is killing her new character gimmick. She's so awesome, says Chris. Yeah, she really is. And she's getting a lot of kudos for it. A lot. Like other wrestlers are saying, I think they just interviewed Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle had come out and said that is so like proud of her, and is just saying that she is must-watch TV right now. And that's she already got big compliments from Bully Ray. She's getting a lot of. Mark Henry was on Busted Open saying how he texted her and he said, you are absolutely just killing this. And man, I'm sure her and Bray are those two, when Bray comes back, man, I mean, Alexa they've got to be like on the same page. They've got to be, she would have had to study his mannerisms and stuff like that. So yeah, man, absolutely. She said, I can barely remember what else happened on Raw tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
It was Raw tonight? What?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, my goodness. No other news outlets are picking this up yet, said Matt Hendricks. Well, what the hell's wrong with the other news outlets? Well, I know our good friend, Mr. Meltzer, Jeff, had a lovely little comment saying that that the Fiend is going to come back out of oh my God, who said Lacey Evans is. I'm not even going to repeat it because it was disgusting. But he's going to appear out of Lacey Evans's private parts. Basically, is what he uttered. So isn't that lovely? Someone quoted.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
You're a crotch goblin. Sorry. No cursing, Jeff. No cursing.
See, that's what I'm trying not to.
I know.
Dave Meltzer
is a tool.
No. That's an insult to tools.
Oh, that's true.
He is the skid mark on the horrible underpants of the IWC. Like, that's what Dave Meltzer is. He's a dingleberry. Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez are the biggest pieces of excrement. I didn't curse. that exist right now. You know what? He's talking about that body part because he never gets it. Okay, let's go on.
Nice. Yes, no more needs to be devoted to that. But someone quoted me that.
Don't make love to his right hand.
Someone quoted me that, and I didn't even know. I mean, my response to that was, the dude needs to just grow up. Like, that was the only thing I could come up with to try to keep it PC. But that was just ridiculous. Like, if you, I'm sorry, if you can't see entertainment in this, then I just don't know what you're watching. Like, wrestling.
Wrong with your brain.
I don't know what you're watching wrestling for. Like, and if you're gonna make the complaint that saying because this is not wrestling, then go watch NXT or go watch, Ring of Honor Pure, or go watch college wrestling. If that's what you dig, great. That's awesome. But this is great stuff. Like, this is entertaining stuff. And you're not going to be able to see this when fans are back in the building, because they're not going to be able to do it anymore. So, my God, like, just enjoy it. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's like watching a movie. And what's not to like? What is not to like? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Magic Banana says, if you look on the sign of the door of the Funhouse, then you can see that there are more red letters than the main color of there were always the red letters were always a standout on the sign.
You know how long we spent examining that
sign? Yeah.
Trying to pick out different words. I'm sure it means something, the way it's colored, the way it's written. There's some hidden message in there, but I can't find it.
I think that's I think that's from Dante as well. I think abandon hope all ye who enter here.
That's a Dante's Inferno reference.
Yeah,
but I'm sure like the colors and the way they're separated, the reds go together. I don't know. Yeah,
and how you have the double lettering on it, like E over something, and the P looks like it's double lettered and something. Yeah, it is like a puzzle.
Joe, you know what? I figured out why they don't like it.
Because they don't understand it?
Well, that too, because they're stupid, but because it's not a 6-man tag and they're not doing high spots the entire time.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is.
Must be
because if it doesn't involve Kenny Omega, or if it's not a 6-man tag, or if they're not doing spots off of the stage or off of a ladder, or doing a double super kick, or just doing something just for the sake of doing it, because apparently that's wrestling nowadays. No more storytelling. It's just, let's see how many spots we can do and fit it into a 10-minute match that makes absolutely no sense. I just figured that out. Freaking ass. Sorry.
Ooh, can I get on this? Can I really get on this, please?
Hey, yes, go right ahead.
Please. Yes, go.
I might be a little disrespectful, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. I did this on Friday on my Friday after party, but Meltzer and Alvarez is like the water that's in the toilet that I urinate on. That's how I feel, because you know why? You know why I said that? You know why I said that on Friday? Because they dissed the whole Xia Li thing on Wednesday for Wednesday. So I'm upset about that too. They got issues. On that note, I didn't get to see the advert, but I'm pretty sure I watch the WWE Network all night long, so I'm pretty sure it's going to show up. But what would happen if the camera angle for the Elimination Chamber, you can't tell if somebody's going underneath the ring, right? So it's possible, soon as Randy Orton is alone, he can just pop up out of the ring, like Jeff said. And think about this. Think about the interest the WrestleMania could have. We could have literally the Brood, him coming out of the stage.
Dude,
oh my god! I just thought about something. Holy crap! If we're looking at if we're thinking about a Jack in the Box and Pop Goes the Weasel, what if he ends up coming into the same chamber with Randy?
I was thinking that earlier. What if, because Randy's going to be the third person, I think. Fourth person. Yeah, fourth person. So what if like Randy's in his little pod self, and every now and then something messes with him. Like he starts looking around like something's talking to him in the ring, and maybe you see like a puppet appear or something like that inside the pod with him, messing with him.
Could you imagine if he came up from the floor in that pod and just dragged Randy right down underneath that pod and Randy's gone?
That'd be amazing.
Like Randy doesn't even get in the match. He just pops up behind him, drags him, and that is so slasher movie too. Like you've seen
because that part isn't in the ring, is it?
No.
The pods aren't even inside the ring.
No, yeah.
I've been able to do that before when years ago when Elimination Chamber matches where Undertaker accidentally got burned in his pyro, burned up. They were passing him bottles of water from up underneath in his pod to put on the chest.
So that could happen.
Oh,
it's
dude,
not inside the ring.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing, and that would coincide with what we were talking about, with where you can have that happen where you don't really see him because whatever comes up could just be fire, and you just kind of maybe just see him grab him and just boom, and they're just gone. So, dude, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. Oh,
or he could come up. He could come up into his pod, like Pop Goes the Weasel, pull him down, and as he's getting pulled down, flames come up, and you just see this big shoot of flames. But they're underneath by that point, so they're not getting hurt.
Man,
like what they did with the Wicked Witch and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and like I said, you've seen slasher movies or horror movies do this kind of thing where it's a drag me to hell kind of moment where dude.
Tazzy just saw something.
Uh-oh. Did you finally hear it?
Holy jinkies!
Did you finally hear it?
Holy jinkies! Before I say something about that, I did get a lot of people DM me about Randy Orton. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt are close. I'm pretty sure because they're talking about Randy Orton never gets a full match or whatever, is always getting interrupted. This is Randy Orton. Do you really think Randy Orton, if he really didn't like this, do you really think he'll be going along with this? No. So, guys, are you Randy Orton fans? Enjoy the ride because he might get a title reign out of this. So, just a heads up on that. So, but what I just heard, that is definitely him, and I'll say him because I don't know what him going to be. So. Yeah, man. Make sure you watch us this Sunday. You might get a lot of yelling, and I know Chris knows me. If I'm marking out, I'm marking out. So
you're just not going to hear anything when that happens, except for everybody on this stream just going, and that's all it's going to be for like 3 or 4 minutes.
We'll try to harmonize for you. We'll try to do it in harmony for everybody. Yeah.
We'll practice it beforehand. We'll make sure somebody does like a low, then a higher, then a high, then a highest. So Jody will be the highest. And we'll just go. Somebody will just have to do like a soprano kind of a thing, and just like a and it just we'll harmonize it beforehand. So there you go. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, look, that's a great point that Tazzy just made too, because it's like, there a guy that is a legend of this business, a guy that's been around for so long and just had maybe what was his best year ever as a pro last year, or one of his best years ever as a pro. He's doing this story, and I'm gonna bet that he's at the point in his career where there's not going to be too many people that are going to force him to do anything. I mean, I may be wrong, But I'm thinking that there's not going to be too many people that are going to say, Randy, you're doing this or else. So I mean, I think he enjoys this. And we've heard that before, Jody. That people have said this before, that they wanted to work with him because they like the storyline and they like what he's doing. We heard that from Seth Rollins, I think, at one point too. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Randy went along with a freaking mask as Eric Travis. Yeah. Like, I mean, and he went along with that bad burned look that he had for a little while. Mm-hmm. And yeah. I mean, Magic Banana says, oh my God, I just thought of something. What did you think of? Tazzy's the highest, says Chris. Oh man. Does Tazzy work for WE? Is Mike?
I think that would be Matt Riddle.
Yeah, he's way up in the cloud.
Does Tazzy work for WWE? His mic is red like hell, like the Fiend. Maybe. Maybe. It looks like the candle, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Don't be surprised to not see the lantern on Sunday too. Just to throw that out there too.
Maybe we'll all have to bring props. Maybe we'll all have to get like a red candle and just light it like in front of us on the desk.
We are not recreating Host, okay?
I've never seen it, nor will I. I've never seen it, and I'm not gonna watch it. Nope. So that was a very innocent comment on my part because I've never seen it.
Jess knows what I'm talking about. We're not bringing candles into it. No way.
Oh man, I can't find it, to Sapphire. Yeah, Tazzy had a little trouble too. You just kind of have to go back and keep trying to play different videos. That's all I can say.
Just shout out to C Russell because he actually dropped it in the chat. So
there you go. Nice. There you go. Lantern with the old Fiend mask, says Butterspark. I honestly don't know. And that's the cool thing too, is none of us know. We don't know what he's going to come out with. We don't know if he's going to come out with the same look, the same clothes, the lantern. We don't know. That's the thing. And again, like Jody said earlier, we may not know, because you might just see a quick glimpse, just a flash, and then he's gone, and we don't know, and we don't find out until whether it's Fastlane or whether it's Mania. And again, a couple of things, I read as well, where some people were saying, and as dumb as it sounded or silly as it sounded, but some were saying there was going to be a match between Alexa and Randy at Fastlane. So if that happens, obviously that would be a cinematic match. And then maybe that's where we get to see him for the first time, or maybe that's the ending before May. See, we just don't know. We just don't know. I mean, obviously something's coming back on Sunday, but we don't know how much of it we're going to get. And then you guys were talking about vignettes. So maybe you get whatever we get on Sunday, and then the vignettes start. And you see the vignettes starting then on Mondays going forward. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And that's what's really cool. Butterspark saying it will be a whole new look. That seems to be the consensus of opinion, but we don't know. We just don't know. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, man, the Elimination Chamber just skyrocketed through the roof here. And it's usually a letdown kind of after Rumble. Mm-hmm. The Rumble's excellent usually, and then the Elimination Chamber, while it's cool and all, it was always kind of looked as a gimmicky kind of a match, and it was usually kind of a drop down from the Rumble, but man, not anymore. Jesse said, I like her background. Thank you. Yeah, that's Alexa's looking over my shoulder with her possessed eyes.
As long as she don't go backwards.
I know. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think that's coming.
That better not happen.
I think it's gonna happen.
That better not happen, because
just because it's mere fact.
Remember the mask guy? You remember the mask I had earlier? It will be like this.
Yeah, she's already teased it by flipping backwards, on the pole, and then Bray has done it. It's one of Bray's things. So,
No. I'm having flashbacks of a Halloween NXT pay-per-view.
God, I wish I was in that stream.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
It was so bad, Cassie. It was like Torture Joe night. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, it was so funny.
It was bad.
Every possible thing that Joe doesn't like.
It just
appeared. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, I remember being in the chat and I was like, you can hear it, and now I'm like, dang, I wish we was on camera for that.
it was Kick Joe and the Ding Ding night.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Being kind there, Jeff, but yes, that it was. Oh my gosh, guys. What a night. And what a cool thing to see. It's, kudos to Jody and Jeff, obviously, for doing the show last week, this week, when it's really tough to do a show when you don't have your focus point around. So kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys in the chat, obviously coming out as well to watch every week, because it's not easy. When the person who we're focusing a show on isn't around, and then, obviously Alexa did such a great job in filling in for him, but when she's not around either, it's very difficult. And of course, Jeff and Jody do a fantastic job coming up with these theories, of course, and, everything else. So kudos to you guys, obviously, and thank you for doing such a great job every Monday night with the show. Really, really appreciate that, and really appreciate the guys who come out and watch. All right, so it is getting kind of late. We're almost at 12:10 here, so let's go final thoughts. Tazzy, we'll start with you. What are your final thoughts here, and what are you now expecting besides a backwards walking Alexa, because that just isn't going to cut it with me, and what are you expecting to see let me ask you, what is it you want to see on Sunday?
I don't want this to happen, and I'm kind of like in mixed emotions right now. I kind of want to give him that great pop at WrestleMania, but at the same time, I'm like, we need you now. But I totally understand if he don't show up. I totally understand. Again, I know he's still going through some stuff too. So the best time to do that is it is WrestleMania. But I'll be so down to have him pop up that ring. And then WrestleMania, we can have the crazy Brood entrance. I am totally down.
Monster trucks.
And the crazy part is, I think you might see Alexa Bliss somewhere in the women's title match too. That's going to make it more insane. It's going to be a while too much.
If Lacey can't fight on Sunday,
I don't know what's going on with that. No comment.
Joe has a big rant about the Lacey Evans thing coming up on Thursday. You don't want to miss that one. Thursday. Joe's got a big old rant about that. On
I
Thursday.
did read she actually is pregnant though, so congratulations.
Yeah, well, yes, and that's going to be part of my rant as well, because it you won't want to miss Thursday night, because that is going to be I've got a grievance. To say it nicely, obviously congratulations to her if that is true, and she is pregnant. Yes, absolutely. But even more so, it brings the grievance up even more if that's true, and I'll explain myself on Thursday night. But all right, my little quick thing I'm just going to throw out there, then I'll let Jeff go, and then of course Jody can close the show. My little quick thing, and I just kind of thought about this. Could he have this planned out with the whole pentagram thing? And your husband so graciously told us about the what the points are. Mm-hmm. Could he have this planned out that he is one of every one of those points on that star? So he changes himself to one of those nature things on that star every single time he goes away and comes back. Could he be coming back as a different form of something on that star? That's what just came across in my mind. So could he have that plan that far ahead? Like Kyle had said, that they drew this out where he's going to represent these different forces of nature. where one will be fire, one will be each element, and maybe that's where he's taking these looks from. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Jeff, go ahead, man. What are you expecting to see on Sunday?
I don't know that we get a full reveal.
Apparition.
Or whatever he is at this point. I don't think we get a full reveal. But I think we get some. I'm going to take you back real quick. If you're a fan of the Friday the 13th series, Jason Goes to Hell.
Okay.
And you get Freddy's hand coming out of the ground to grab Jason's mask to pull it down to hell. I think that's what we get Sunday through the pod. I think we get a glimpse of either his hand, like a charred hand, or something that goes up to reach up to pull Randy down to hell. That's what I think we get. And then I think we start building with vignettes to see what what this new entity is, because whatever it is, it's going to be dark. It's going to be, it's just going to be scary. I think it's going to be way more than any of us imagine. So that's my thought.
That's an interesting thought. And didn't USA Network say they wanted it darker? They made that point. They wanted it more dark. They wanted it more violent. Well, maybe Bray got that in his head and said, okay, you want dark and violent? I'm going to give you dark and violent. That would be awesome. If we get to see something like that, that would be absolutely amazing. All right, Jody. And for you, close it out and you tell us what you think we will see and what you want to see on Sunday.
I think what I want to see and what I think we'll see are similar things. I'm going to align with Jeff on this one. I don't think we're going to see a full appearance. I think we're going to get a little snippet just to kind of whet our appetites a little bit. And they're going to keep building on this about him coming back. And I don't think we see his full form until Mania. I think that's when we'll get that full, here he is, whatever his new name is going to be. But I think we'll be getting little snippets and little things along the way. I definitely think there's going to be some shenanigans.
Awesome. Well, we all love shenanigans on this show. Awesome. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Thank you, obviously, to all of you. Really appreciate you coming out and joining us. I know it's late. It's been a long night for most people. You've been starting Raw since, some of the shows and stuff back at 7 o'clock or so. So thank you for coming out. This was all Jody's idea. Thought that you guys would enjoy everybody coming out and talking to you guys about what we just saw on Raw and kind of discussing it right now while it's fresh in everybody's mind. So just some programming notes and then we'll get out of here. Remember that we have our Impact stream tomorrow night. That'll be at 7 o'clock. We will have our podcast on Thursday night at 9. We will have our preview show for Elimination Chamber, which we will discuss more of this. We will get into more of this stuff with Bray and what we think is going to happen in these chamber matches. That will be again on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing that because we're not real sure whether they may have another backstage episode. That may be a thing now. They may do a backstage before or on Saturday night again and kind of reveal something again like they did with the Rumble, but we'll see. There's nothing confirmed, so we'll see. But we will have our preview show at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. And then, of course, we will be back here. All of us will for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. 6:45 p.m. start Eastern Standard Time, and of course that will be with Jody, Tazzy, Jeff, and of course myself. I'll be along a little bit later after work. So Magic Banana says see you in hell. Eric Travis said, did you see Puppet when Randy cut a promo? Jeff and Tazzy take a long look at it. No, I did not. I'm sure C Wrestling may have something on that with his video of things that you missed. I did not see a Puppet, but maybe there was. Maybe there was. Butterspark says, awesome stuff tonight. Thank you, sir. And yes, so that is it, guys. It's about 20 after 12 our time. I know it's probably really late overseas. You guys, way ahead of us, probably almost 6 o'clock in the morning. So as we always say, stay safe. Have a great rest of your night. And hopefully we will see you all on our next episode of Abby's Window, which will be hopefully we'll see you all for the Elimination Chamber and see everybody mark out. And then Jody and Jeff will be back next Monday to break it all down for you on the next episode of Abby's Window at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The only place that you can get a show that is dedicated to Bray Wyatt. So there you go. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for coming. See you all later.
To the